women's doubles as well later on, featuring Thai players. And Kunlawut-Witasan, well, he is the reigning world champion. Well, as far as the women's singles draw is concerned, virtually all matches today are from the bottom half of the draw, unless a player was playing on finals day last week at the Malaysia Masters. Now, as you can see, this is the bottom quarter of the draw, and the winner of the match we are about to watch will play against the winner of the number 2 seed Wang Shiyi, who's just gone to 3 games against Huda of India. And that match actually happening on court 2 right now. So former champion Ratchanok Intanon already through, as we welcome onto courts Zhang Beiwen, now representing the United States of America. Her opponent, Pornpicha Choeikeewong from Thailand, the younger of the 2 players by some considerable margin. Some might say that Zhang Beiwen is now a veteran of the World Tour, 34 years young. Oh, to be 34 once again. So, I'm Jill Clark, delighted to say that Steen Pedersen is sitting alongside me. I think Choeikeewong won the toss of the coin and chose to receive. Is that right, Steen?
Yes. No, I think she chose ends, didn't she?
I'm asking you, young man.
I think she pointed towards the far side of the court.
Okay. So, this is the veteran Zhang Beiwen. As I was telling you, 34 years of age, born in Anshan in Liaoning province on the northeast of China. Represented Singapore. She moved here in 2003, left the national training here in Singapore in 2008, but still represented Singapore until 2011, now representing the United States of America, where she lives. Pornpicha Choeikeewong is 22 years of age, born in the Thai capital of Bangkok. She is just about the same height as her opponent, perhaps 1 centimetre taller. That's about 5'7". Went up 1 place on the world ranking to her career high yesterday, to 31. Making her 2nd appearance here at the Singapore Open, she reached the 2nd round last year, did the young Thai player, as we look at our court officials for this one. Mark Jane-Lin Fundal of the Philippines and Jason Fu from Singapore is the service judge. Well, she's done remarkably well to come back onto the world stage as Zhang Beiwen, because at the Tokyo Olympics she ruptured her left Achilles and was taken from the court in a wheelchair. It was very sad to watch, and you can see that she's still got wears heavy strapping on that left Achilles of hers. Well, both these players have reached 1 semi-final so far this year. There we are, there's the strapping. In fact, it seemed to me as if she'd got both ankles strapped, but it was certainly her left Achilles that completely ruptured during the Tokyo Olympic Games. Both being semi-finalists for this lady. It was at the Malaysian Open. That was a huge result, wasn't it, Steen? In the quarterfinal, beat Han Yue, who has just moved down from number 2 on the world ranking to number 3. So that's a measure of what a huge result that was in Kuala Lumpur in January.
And on line left, Beiwen Zhang, USA.
So it is Choeikeewong, far side of the court, getting this first round women's singles underway against Beiwen Zhang.
Service over.
14th appearance at the Singapore Open for this lady. Not surprising, I suppose, Steve, considering she used to represent Singapore.
Exactly.
That's a pity.
Service over.
Maybe a few nerves from the Thai youngster. That's gone just long. So, Steen, if people weren't with us earlier, just explain the drift to us, will you, please?
Yeah. The way I've seen it previously today is that Beiwen Zhang is playing with the drift, so her shots is flying a little bit longer than normally would, and there's a little bit of sideways drift there on that baseline, on that sideline that's challenged. I think there's sideways drift from right to left.
So we wait for the instant review. Here we go. Wide by a whisker.
One challenge remaining. Service over. 3-2. Play. Service over. 7-9. 4-2. Service over. 3-4. Service over. 10-7.
I can't remember where it was, Steen, that we were watching Choeikeewong. Was it at the event in Xiamen, the Sudirman Cup finals, or was it prior to that? But I think you and I had a little discussion over our cup of tea in the evening about how talented she was. She's a reasonably tall, elegant athlete, lovely skills. I think she's got huge potential.
Quick on her feet.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see how she's going to cope with the drift here, because I feel that she's quite fond of playing to the back court.
Oh, that's a lovely shot.
And you can only do that so much in this stadium here. But on the other hand, we saw her do well in Thailand Open, and the Nimibuta Stadium in Bangkok is also a windy stadium.
20 seconds. 1, 20 seconds. 19.
I like the way she comes forward to the net, I have to say. Choeikeewong. You watch her racket carriage. Racket arm outstretched, trying to take the shuttle as high as possible. And again, I know she made the error, but I like that idea and the whole thought process of wanting to get
getting to it early. I think here the mistake was that she was already on her way back instead of committing 100% to it, giving her sort of like. I think she's more confident with a rally style playing style,
6.
and it doesn't work so well in windy conditions.
Yeah, super smash.
Service over. 7-all.
Oi, that was ambitious.
Service over. 8-7.
I thought that was close. It was the sideline that was called wide, but of course she's already used one challenge. Choeikeewong.
Do you see that again? That deception at the front of the court has come from the fact that he's taking it early. Take a look at this. She'd push one flat, takes it in the same position that time, plays the net shot.
And that's going to be a really important shot for her against Zhang Beiwen, because if there's one corner that Zhang doesn't cover that well, it's a short forehand corner.
10-8.
Is that something to do with her Achilles injury?
It might have. It might have.
Yeah, hitting with the drift. She's hit that long.
9-10.
Back level, 10-all.
10-all.
Way long of the back line.
11-10. Interval.
And it is the younger of the two players, Choeikeewong, who has the 1 point advantage here at the mid-game interval of the opening game.
For the
เทปพยายามมันออกถูกป่ะแล้วหนูขึ้นไปทางนู้นหนูต้องระวังให้ดีออกป่ะไม่ต้องไปบีบตัวเองด้านหน้าขึ้นไปโฟได้
11-10. Play.
And play resumes. Choeikeewong with the 1 point advantage. Yeah, super.
12-10.
I was saying earlier that only one player from Thailand has only won the women's singles title here, and that was R32 back in 2016, 9 years ago. My goodness, it seems like only yesterday. In fact, it was the third of 3 titles in 3 weeks for Internon. She won the Indian Super Series, then the Malaysian, and then here in Singapore. And the following Tuesday, she became world number 1. World number 1 for 2 glorious weeks.
Service over.
Here's a question for you, Thosteen.
13.
only players from the United States of America to have been in a final here at the Singapore Open.
One player only?
No.
No. Tony Gunawan and Howard Buck.
Well done. Do you remember what year that was?
No.
2010.
Service over.
2010.
11.
That was some years after they won the World Championships.
Yeah.
5 years after. Wow.
That's a nice smash. I like that.
Service over. 12. 14.
Not a million miles away.
14.
But this is perhaps where experience counts, do you think, Steve?
I think experience is extremely important. Being totally clear on how to proceed in this environment with the type of opponent that you have.
Oh, she's back level now. Oh, that was going wide, wasn't it? That sideways drift, I thought that was going to take it wide.
14.
Well, it's a bit of a knife's edge for Choeikeewong targeting that backhand corner, because if she can really put pressure on Zhang Beiwen, there's some mistakes from the American's racket.
14.
But it's really hard to play it with accuracy due to the sideways drift.
Well, the error coming because of the broken strings. Oh.
Service over.
No, I don't disagree with the idea. I very much feel that Choeikeewong is commanding the net play, Steve.
Yeah. He was there, at least. There's also, when you play that far side of the court, you should try and close it down, because you know that your opponent is, should be very reluctant to lift.
That's found the back line.
18. 15.
No objections from Zhang Beiwen. I thought it looked a little bit long, but apparently I was the only one in the in the whole stadium who thought that.
Look again,
Yeah,
winning the net battle.
Yes, super important.
Yeah.
Service over.
Not the best of smashes. Nothing wrong with the body smash, but it certainly simply wasn't accurate enough or disguised enough after having the upper hand within the rally.
Good deception.
Service over. 9. 16.
Two points away from this opening game.
20.
Make that 1
Game
point
point,
away.
16.
4 game point opportunities for Choeikeewong. First one is
Service
squandered.
over.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a miss hit, I think.
1.
Timing is always an issue in a first round match.
Well, Choeikeewong wants the shuttle changed. Zhang Beiwen says no, I've just won the last 2 rallies with this one.
Let's welcome the players. Men's doubles.
That's a super smash. Good defence too.
Oi.
Oh, that's a brilliant rally. And what fabulous play from Zhang Beiwen.
Did really well to get that smash back, and also this one here. I took the total tape. That was the small markings. Oi.
So 3 of the 4 game points have come and gone. Only 1 more remains for this young lady, Choeikeewong. Opening game on her 4th game point opportunity. 21-19 confirms the umpire. Opening game in favour of the Thai youngster, Choeikeewong. "17 minutes for that opening game."
อยู่ฝั่งนี้เจนเย็นมาเขาด้านหลังแน่เกมให้ดีเล่นเหมือนเดิมเหมือนเจอวานานี่ไม่ต้องโลกอย่างนี้โลกไปเลยเกมตัวให้ดีไม่ต้องโลกสบายๆนะเห็นไปแล้วเตรียมอยากลงจุดปุ๊บมั่วไม่เอานะพอมั่วปุ๊บเล่นมันมีช่องเยอะออกเปล่าเล่นอย่างนี้ถูกแล้วยาวไปแต่เขาเล่นไหมพอยาวเสร็จปุ๊บ1เลยเขาตีมามันจะไม่ถึงหลังมันต้าถูกไหมขึ้นเลือกทำต้องยาวเลย ไม่ดีนะฝั่งนี้บุกแบบเมื่อกี้โอเคที่ว่าแต่เพิ่มลูกฟันอะไรไปหน่อยแล้วก็โฟร์แฮนด์คอร์สต้องระวังออกนะสมาธิสติดูให้ดีโอเคที่ท่องโลกเทมโลกมากเลยเนี่ยโลกอะไรตื่นเต้นเหรอตัวมันอืดอ๋อมันอืดดีแล้วลงมาเนี่ยอันนี้โอเคแล้วอันนี้ค่อยๆคุมนะไม่ใช่มั่วนะดูให้ดี
Fourth 1, 20 seconds. Fourth 1, 20 seconds. Second game. Love all. Play.
So Choeikeewong from Thailand, 1 game to the good against Zhang Beiwen. Zhang Beiwen has been as high as 9 on the world ranking, an indication of her quality in world terms. After the Olympics last year, so Steen, Zhang Beiwen was not overjoyed that she was still in the top 16 in the world ranking, because she became a top committed player at that point, didn't she?
Yeah, and that means that she had to play all the Super 750s, all the Super 1000s, and to Super 500 tournaments as
3
mandatory
love.
tournaments. And
That's a lovely net shot. And she wanted to sort of ease down her career and her playing commitments.
Service over.
I mean, understandable at the age of 34, coming up 35.
And I also think she wanted to pick and choose the tournaments a little bit differently.
Service over.
She's
4-1.
at least partly self-funded player. So playing all the strongest tournament where the opposition is strongest doesn't necessarily make for the best earning opportunities. There might be better earning opportunities in selecting lower ranked tournaments where the top tier prize money is easier to come at.
Well, it's not just about earning money, though, Steen, is it? I mean, it's the joy of playing the sport as well. And if you're always required to play the elite tier of tournaments, the likelihood of losing in first or second round is higher. And then you sit around for the rest of the week. Of course, the players train every day. They're not literally sitting around, but then you go on to the next tournament. Isn't it more fun to play a lower grade tournament where you can get through to semi-finals or finals?
Especially when you reach your 30s, I guess.
Yes.
Where your future is a little bit more short-term planning than when you're in your early 20s. And as she also mentioned, Zhang Beiwen, well, she wasn't traveling with a coach. She isn't a coach here, so she's got to make her own training arrangements.
And all of that takes time and effort.
It takes time, I guess.
And it's draining after years and years, 15 years on the tour or more.
Playing a number of team tournaments as well in Europe is Zhang Beiwen, so I guess she's using her contacts from
That's a lovely shot.
those teams. It's a good start by Choeikeewong to this second game here, where she's actually been more dominant than in the first. That's from a tie perspective good to see. I would have expected Zhang Beiwen to be able to put some pressure on Choeikeewong now that she plays up against the drift.
Service over. 4-7.
Yeah, that's the sideways drift coming into play.
Service over. 8-4.
Delightful, that's going wide. It's not just the tight spinning net shot. Did you see that lovely sort of almost caress the shuttle with the racket? I like that. That's the sort of skill that reminds me of both Ratchanok-Intanon and Tai Tzu Ying. It's going wide.
That was the sideways drift. But it's interesting also that, I mean, even though she's played this tournament a number of times, Zhang Beiwen, she's lost the last 5 editions that she's played in. She's lost in the first round.
Service over. 10-5.
She has also been a semi-finalist, though, in 2017.
Exactly, and had some good wins in that tournament.
Nice. Also a quarter-finalist the year prior to that, in 2016.
6-10.
she's playing herself right back into this now, Zhang Beiwen. Four of the last 5 points.
Look at that. Again, the pressure to the long backhand side. Troublesome for Beiwen.
So it's a 3-point advantage for Choeikeewong. The mid-game interval of the second game, having already won the first. Zhang Beiwen has much to think about.
ขึ้นปุ๊บย่อให้ดีมาปุ๊บขึ้นได้ก็ขึ้นเขาเตรียมเอาป่ะแต่วางชัวร์กว่าเอาป่ะหลักกระแทกเขาแตะหนูโดนกดลงเพื่อให้ลูกมันลงเสร็จเขาก็แตะถูกไหมมีแค่นี้เองนอกป่ะเตรียมตัวให้ดีโคแฮนด์เนี่ย
11-8. Play.
9-6.
So 11-8 in the second game, having already won the first, Choeikeewong.
Service over. 9-11.
What does Zhang Beiwen need to do here, Steen?
Yeah, one of the things I feel would be really good if she could up the pace a little bit, and probably also attack just a little bit extra. That helps raise the pace normally.
That's nice.
Because I think what Choeikeewong has done well is that whenever Beiwen has left her a little bit extra time, she's sort of like grabbed the opportunity and played some good shots, attacking downward shots. That flat drive was a beauty.
11 all.
This is amazing. 5-10 adrift. 6 of the last 7 points.
World 11.
Yeah, what on earth has happened?
30-11.
Total change in momentum.
Service over. 12-13. Service over. 11-9.
Excellent.
Service over.
Struggling a lot on the front court now,
12.
Choeikeewong. It's not because it's hard attack, it's those little flicks with the racket, putting the shuttle down below the tape from Zhang Beiwen that she's struggling with. Yeah. That's 10 of the last 11 points. No, 10 of the last 12.
Yeah. That's great retrieving initially from Zhang Beiwen.
Service over.
Their opponent immediately apologising.
Is not allowed in this arena. Thank you for your cooperation.
Choeikeewong got back control of the net area in that rally. Hence the reward.
Can't play that shot.
Service
Play it,
over.
and sometimes you get away with it, but in the long run, and especially here where it's relatively close in the second game, they would have definitely attacked if it had stayed in.
Service over. 14-16. Service over. 12-11. Service over. 17-14.
It's amazing how much influence the drift in the arena has on the play within a game, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And we're seeing that right now.
So, Malaysian men's singles coach, my fellow countryman Kenneth Jonassen, had stated before Leung Jung Hao's match against Leilan Shi, which he, by the way, won on walkover, that it wasn't so much about Leilan Shi, it was much more about the drift.
Oh!
Service over. 15-18.
And I have to totally agree, Kenneth. That's exactly the case.
I don't think that even made the net, did it?
No.
I think Kenneth Jonassen was in the final of this event once, wasn't he?
He won it.
Service over.
He won it.
Yeah.
9.
Beat Mohamed Hafiz Hashim in the final, I think.
Service over. 12.
Or was it Chung Wei?
That's well wide, and it's game point opportunities. 2004 it was when Kenneth Jonassen won.
Men's singles. Win not all.
Oh, that's landed well in.
Versus Jonathan Christie. Indonesia. Umpire, Badminton Singapore. Service charge, Serbia, Singapore. Court 3.
Missed it. That was a half-court opportunity squandered by Choeikeewong. But what a magnificent fight back in this second game. From a 5-10 deficit, Zhang Beiwen closes out game number 2, 21-16. And we will be treated to a third and deciding game.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. It's over. 20, game point, 15. Final game. Love on. Play.
So the umpire calls for the start of this third and deciding game. Wonderful comeback from a 5-10 deficit in that second game by Zhang Beiwen, representing the United States of America. Up against the Thai youngster, Choeikeewong. Held by the neck cord there. Not a lot she could do about that.
Service over.
I asked you in the second game, Steam, what you thought Zhang Beiwen should be doing. You said apply more pace. I tell you what, I immediately noticed was not necessarily pace of movement or pace of shot, but there was more urgency in her style of play, in that she was wanting to take the shuttle earlier. And, challenge here. Now, has the sideways drift held that up and kept it in?
I think it might have.
I felt in the opening game she was a little bit too reactive instead of proactive.
Yeah, I agree. It was like, let's see here. Oh.
No, it was still wide.
Yeah. It was like she suddenly remembered, this is how I need to play in these playing conditions here. But I still think that she's got to be a little bit careful choosing wisely, because if she sort of attacks a little bit out of position, then we can see that her speed of movement is not as it used to be. So Father Time is catching up with everybody eventually.
Tell me about it. Oh, that's delightful. What a super shot. Now that's what she was doing so well in the opening game, Choeikeewong. Taking the shuttle early at the nets. Tight net shots.
And in those situations there where Beiwen is a little bit under pressure, she could actually try and play it long, because she's got help from the drift, so to speak, where on the opposite side of the court she might not have the power to really get the right length on it, but on this side it's actually possible to flick it all the way back to the back line. Super control.
Oh, nice idea. On execution.
That's a good one.
Service over. 5-all.
Completely mistimed that.
Yeah, and it's not the first time. So that corner plus the short forehand, that's the ones that are difficult to cover.
Service over. 6-all.
That's going wide.
Service over.
Yeah,
7 all.
that's a bad mistake.
I like the fact, though, the very next
Service
rally,
over.
she wins on a net
Bounces
shot.
back, yeah.
Not deterred by the net shot. Oh, that's way wide again. That sideways drift really is significant.
8 all.
It amazes me that she's not more careful, Choeikeewong, and sort of then avoids playing shots. It seems like she thinks that she's playing in almost wind still.
That's a fabulous rally, though,
Service over.
from this young lady.
9-8.
That smash straight down the line was played to perfection. Here it comes. Very difficult, though, Steen. I mean, most players practice in much, much smaller arenas, just wide, and with very little drift.
Yeah.
And you get so ingrained in knowing the angle of the racket, the amount of power that's needed to play it into the back corners. All of a sudden, all that muscle memory, it goes out the window because you've got drift.
Yes.
So it's terribly difficult to readjust.
Boy,
Oh,
that's a
that's
beauty.
a fantastic shot.
Service over. 9-10.
But we're not the only sport that has to deal. That's a huge part of golf, isn't it?
Yeah.
Knowing about the wind direction and
Judging how much clop it's going to affect.
Yeah.
Is it 1 clop, 1.5,
exactly.
2 clops? At least they have some flags to look at to sort of gauge how much it is. We should have small flags blowing
Service over.
behind the court.
9. Interval.
Disappointing way for the first half of this deciding game to end. A service error from Zhang Beiwen. I think you've come up with some better ideas than that, Steen.
Yeah.
Finely poised.
แตะลงแตะลงแตะลงแตะลงเสร็จเราเสียเปรียบถ้าเราถอยออกมาแล้วว่าแย่เด็ดเตรียมเลยทำอะไรต่อมาเขี่ยอย่าดึงไม่ออกไม่ต้องตีออกข้างเยอะนะแล้วก็ระวังโผล่หาเขี่ยให้ดี1ไม่เอา2ก็ได้นะดูให้ดีนะไม่เสียเองง่ายๆนะ
So 11-9, the advantage here in the deciding game in favour of Choeikeewong of Thailand. That's a very good smash.
12-9.
Slightly across the body.
Yeah. Let's see if she's adapting a more controlling playing style. Choeikeewong.
There's another good body smash.
Yeah.
13-9.
Now, I'm far more in favour of your idea, Steen, that the players should change ends at 11 points
Yeah.
in each of the games,
Yeah, exactly.
not just the third game, so
No.
that it sort of does away with the advantage or disadvantage of the ends. Oh, that's a great shot off the top of the tape. Oh, it's cool goods.
5 points adrift again, and 4 points closer than in the second game to winning. She was 10-5 up there. This could be enough. Yeah, great play.
15-9.
Zhang Beiwen's got to take the control of the rally from the service return.
This is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
6 straight points. Oh, no, that's nice. She's leaving it a little late, though, if she's to come back and win this.
16. It's over. 11.
Clever serve by Zhang
11,
Beiwen.
16.
And Choeikeewong misses another one on the sideways drift.
12, 16. 16.
He's got to be careful now, Choeikeewong. Otherwise, this is getting away from her.
Yeah, 4 straight points for Zhang Beiwen, and all of a sudden make that 5.
I love her services. The first one was a flicker. Not really a flicker, but a flat serve. She made an error. The next one, well, I actually forgot that one. But then when she served again, it was a low forehand serve, now low backhand serve. So it's changing all the time.
Oh, that's loose. In fact, there was 2 very, very loose
Service over.
net shots. And I think in singles, Steve, I think you're absolutely right. I don't think enough players pay enough attention to the precision of the serve.
And the unpredictability.
That's right.
Oit.
Oh, it's long. It was
Pornpicha
certainly in, as far as the
Choeikeewong
sideline was
challenges
concerned. I've got a
out.
lovely view of that line.
Correction.
And that's a fabulous challenge there from Choeikeewong. Oh, I thought it looked good.
That could be the decisive challenge.
Yeah. And 3 points needed.
Service over.
But then there's only 3 points in it now. That's a good follow-up.
Service over.
Creeping ever closer to the goal line. Choeikeewong.
Service over. 16, 19. 16, 14.
Well, as far as the Thai youngster is concerned, I suggest that she plays everything in a downward direction. Because every time she's lifting, there's a real danger it could go along of the back line. brilliant! What a shot!
7, 9.
Goodness me, where did that come from? Off balance.
That was the last resort,
Yeah.
that shot. I think Choeikeewong has shied away from playing the left-hand side of the court where the sideways drift is affecting the shot.
Just 2 points the deficit now. That was a good follow-up by Beiwen. And would you believe it? Just 1 point in it. 7 points adrift at 9-16 down. No, a battle of nerves right now. Nice block. What a rally. This is fabulous. 19 all.
And the body smashes from Choeikeewong is placed at the wrong hip at the moment. Beiwen defended the two in this rally magnificently. Got to sit on the left hip.
So this rally to decide who has the match point opportunity. Good return of serve. She's missed it. She's missed it. Can you believe it? That slight hesitation on the net kill and pushes it long. And on a run of 5 straight points, Zhang Beiwen now has a match point opportunity. That's gone long as well. Remarkable comeback from Zhang Beiwen. 9-16 down in the deciding game and wins it 21-19. Simply remarkable. Experience, determination, and the skills to implement as well. That was fabulous, wasn't it, Steve?
Absolutely amazing. Had to use all of her experience. Zhang Beiwen.
21, 21, 16, 21, 19.
Last two rallies ended with shots being pushed long of the back line, hitting with the drift Choeikeewong, and that cost her dear. So confirmation of that scoreline coming from a game deficit, 19-21, 21-16, 21-19 in the deciding game in a match lasting 54 minutes. Welcome back to the Singapore Indoor Stadium. Well, these are all matches on day 2 of competition, day 1 of our coverage, and we'll go all the way through to finals day, of course, here in Singapore. Our next match is men's singles, and it is Wang Suwei of Chinese Taipei up against Li Chuk